Xin chào, tôi là James Raphael, một người yêu thích yoga và là một chiến binh thương hiệu của Warrior Ethic. Trong video ngắn này, chúng ta sẽ thực hành một chuỗi động tác yoga kéo dài 15 phút phiên bản rút gọn từ video yoga dành cho vận động viên 3 môn phối hợp Triathletes, vốn có bản đầy đủ là 30 phút. Trong bài tập này, chúng ta sẽ tập trung vào các vùng cơ thể thường bị căng cứng do phải kết hợp nhiều bộ môn như chạy, đạp xe và bơi, đặc biệt là đùi trên, cơ gập hông, vai và cột sống. Đây là những khu vực rất quan trọng, đặc biệt trong bơi lội. Khởi động. Bắt đầu ở tư thế chống tay và đầu gối. Bạn nên chuẩn bị một khối xốp và dây đeo. Nếu không có thì có thể dùng khăn tắm thay thế. Spread the fingers wide and tuck the toes. Take a moment to inhale. Từ từ hít vào kéo dài cột sống, ngẩng đầu. Thở ra cong lưng, hóp bụng. Lặp lại một vài lần để kết nối nhịp thở và chuyển động. Connecting the movement to the breath. Exhaling. And inhaling. From here, slide your right foot back and press the heel away. Duỗi chân plank nghiêng, duỗi thẳng chân phải về sau, cảm nhận sự kéo dài từ bàn tay tới gót chân. Here we're opening through the back of the leg, the back of the knee, which can get pretty tight if you're running or cycling a lot. Spend a couple of breaths here. Sau đó xoay chân, nhấc người lên thành tư thế plank nghiêng, mở rộng cánh tay, xoay cánh tay trên hai vòng lớn để mở vai. Lifting up into a side plank position. The arms spread wide, and we take the hips forward slightly. We're going to circle the top arm twice, sweeping forwards and up, down and back, forwards and up, down and back, opening the shoulder a little. Coming back to center, we'll switch sides. Right toes slide back. Lặp lại với chân trái. Heel away from you. Find that long line in the back of the leg. It's like your heel on top of the head could reach away from each other. A couple more breaths, fingers spread. And now turn the heel down, take a little pivot and lift into your side plank. Arms spread wide. We're going to circle and take two big sweeps. So one shoulder is strengthening, and the other opening. Coming back to center. Bring your knees back to the middle. Touch your big toes together here and sit back into tư thế em bé Cobra Downward Dog. Ngồi về sau vào tư thế em bé Child's Pose. Hít vào trườn người về trước vào tư thế Cobra dẫn hổ mang. Slide your hands by your shoulders as you breathe nâng ngực, cổ dài, lifting the chest, long neck. Thở ra trở lại Child's Pose. Lặp lại vài lần để khởi động cột sống và vai. Bắt đầu mở phía trước hông. As you exhale, lower down the pelvis, the ribs and the chest. Hands are by your shoulders for Cobra. Breathe in. Breathe out. Easing back, big toes touch, child's pose. Last time, warming up the spine and the shoulders. And beginning to open to the front of the hips. Cobra, breathe in. Come to the hands and knees. Sau đó chuyển sang tư thế chó úp mặt, downward dog, hông nâng lên, gối có thể hơi cong. So in your down dog, don't worry too much about the shape just yet. Have a little wiggle about. You could tread water with the legs. Have a bit of a wiggle into shoulders as well. And then start to find a stable position. Hands are shoulder width apart. If your shoulders are tighter, turn the fingers to face the outside edges of the mat at about 45 degrees. That could give you more space. The hips lift up, and the knees can be a little bit bent at first. So we're really targeting length in the spine and a stretch in the shoulders. From here, inhale. Tư thế lăn vặn người nâng chân. Hít vào,
Nâng chân
And as
phải
you
lên,
exhale, draw the
bước
knee
về
to
phía
the
trước,
chest, drop the right foot
đặt đầu
down,
gối trái
place
xuống
the
thảm,
left knee down. If you
đặt
need to,
tay lên
use
đùi,
your hand to
giữ
bring the
thân
foot
thẳng.
forwards, kneeling position. From here, place the hand onto the top of the thigh and sit tall. Now could you take a slight tuck of the pelvis? So curl the tailbone under and lift up through the front of the pelvis. Sitting bones sending themselves down, the front of the hips sending them up. You'll notice this draws your lower ribs in a little bit.
Từ từ nghiêng xương chậu
And
và
you
nâng ngực.
might feel the stretch deepen down the front of the left thigh. You could continue to work here.
Tùy chọn, giơ tay lên, đưa tay ra sau cổ vào tư thế chắp tay.
Take them into a prayer position behind the neck. If you're here, lift the elbows up and in. Take 2 slow breaths. The chest is lifting. And as you exhale, bring the hands down around the foot. From here, lift your right hand up into a twist.
Vặn người, giơ tay phải lên, nâng đầu gối sau để mở ngực.
Arms spread wide. Press your back heel away. Relax the jaw and the neck. Hand comes down, step back, plank position.
Trở lại tư thế plank, hạ người vào upward dog.
Either lower your knees or hover down halfway.
Sau đó về downward dog.
Lift your feet over for your cobra or your up dog. Lift the chest. Lift your feet over for your downward dog. Inhale the left leg.
Lặp lại với chân trái.
Exhale lightly, stepping forward. Back knee coming down. Coming into a kneeling position, rest the hands onto the thigh. The shoulders a little wiggle, see if you could free them up. And again, sitting tall, tuck the tailbone under, lifting the front of the hips, and draw your lower ribs in towards the spine. So what we're doing here is, rather than coming into a back bend, which means the stretch isn't targeting the front of your right thigh so much, we're drawing the ribs in and lifting up through the pubic bone in the front of the pelvis, and you'll feel that deepen a little bit. You could work here, or you could take the arms up, palms behind the neck, elbows up and in. Keep the breath calm and deep. Then exhale, the hands come down. Left hand lifts up into a twist. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee and lengthen the back leg. Feel the collarbones going wide, chest opening. From here, lower your hand down, step back, chaturanga, elbows close to the body, lower slowly. Flip your feet over, upward facing dog. Press the floor away and lift your chest, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up.
Tăng độ sâu, quay lại tư thế lăng.
This time, use your towel or your
Lần này hạ thấp hông nhiều hơn.
pad up the back knee. Kneeling position. Same thing, lift the front of the pelvis, lower ribs gently in. Now start to lower the hips forwards and down this time, finding a little bit more depth. Stretching out through psoas muscle all the way through the bowl of the pelvis and down onto the thigh bone. The chest lifts. And option 1, work here. Option 2,
Tùy chọn,
bend your
gập
back
gối
knee
sau
and
và
catch
kéo gót
the
chân
foot.
về mông để
Start
kéo
to
giãn cơ đùi trước
bring
sâu
the
hơn.
heel in towards the glutes. As the heel comes in, you're getting a deep quad stretch, really lengthening through the top of the thigh into the hip. If you have a lot of space, you could come onto the right elbow and lower down a little bit further, but keep the heel coming in. Another 2 deep breaths here. And slowly coming out. Tuck your back toes and slide yourself
Có thể hạ
back
người
towards
xuống
the
khuỷu tay
heel.
nếu linh hoạt.
Use your hands to support you as you come into a forward fold. Bring the hands inside that front leg And think about lengthening the spine as you draw the right hip back. You could be a little higher up on the fingertips here, or maybe you're a little lower down, folding inside the leg. One more breath. Slowly
Trở lại tư thế gập người về trước.
Place your hands inside of the front foot. Lengthen your spine and begin to lift the back knee up into a low lunge, getting deeper into the
Duỗi gân
hips.
kheo và hông.
You could take a little wiggle forwards and back. Press your heel away. If you're quite mobile,
Rồi
you
vào
have
lăng
more
sâu hơn.
space, eventually you're down on the elbows. If you find that takes you kind of off balance and one arm is hanging, you're going to get much more benefit from keeping the hands down and lengthening
Duỗi hông và đùi sâu hơn.
as the back leg lifts up. One more breath. And now take your hand back outside the foot, step back, downward facing dog. Option to take a vinyasa here. You could take chaturanga, then cobra or up dog. Calm breath.
Tiếp tục với chân còn lại. Làm tương tự.
Long spine. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, step forwards, back knee down. Pad up the knee once more, kneeling position. Lift through the front of the pelvis, tuck the tailbone, ribs in. And we'll start to lower forwards and down a little bit. So if you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know I do this little sequence quite a lot because it's so helpful. Often we don't find a deep stretch through the front of the thigh. We focus on the hamstrings a lot. And so we overlook the top of the thigh and the hip flexors. Also, yoga has a tendency to stretch out the hamstrings quite a lot and often under preferences the top part of the leg. So here we're really working out that balance, or that imbalance rather. To take it further, you might catch the foot and bring the heel in. You might come down onto the elbow. Wherever you are, keep lifting through the front of the pelvis. So rather than collapsing into the back, keep lifting up. And actually that helps you find balance. When you're lifting up, it's easier to balance. Maybe you lower down. 2 more breaths here. And slowly release, tuck your back toes, creep back, sitting low, lengthen the spine, and feel the chest open. You could be supporting with the fingertips of the hands, or you might fall down inside the leg. Either way, think about lengthening your breath.
Chú trọng kéo dài phía trước xương chậu, cơ gập hông và cân bằng giữa cơ trước và cơ sau đùi.
From here, slowly coming forwards, hands inside the front foot. Tuck your toes, lift the back knee, low lunge position. Again, you might have a little rock. And then find stability. Press the back thigh up, reach the chest forwards. You could work here if you have a lot of space, you're down on the elbows. But again, if that feels really awkward, you'll get more from the pose if you press your heel and the crown of the head away from each other. Another 2 or 3 breaths here. Take your hand outside the foot, step back, downward dog. Or you might take a vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, breathing in, and downward facing dog. From here, slowly come down. And we're going to come all the way around to sit. So again, you might have your phone block or a towel. Then pop
Ngồi và duỗi
yourself
cơ hông
up
ngoài.
and lengthen the legs. From here, zip the legs up. Can you bend the right knee? Now, root your left thigh down by pressing your leg down towards the mat and sit tall. So rather than collapsing and slouching back, you're sitting quite tall. That might mean the foot is a bit closer towards the ankle than the knee. From here, step your foot
Ngồi với một chân bắt
across
chéo
the
qua
other
chân
side
còn
of the
lại,
leg, so it's
giữ cột
slightly
sống thẳng.
outside the knee.
Hít vào nâng ngực,
Option
thở ra
one,
gập người về
use
phía
your
trước nếu
hands
có
to help
thể.
lift you up and keep your left leg straight. If you have a bit more room, option two, you might bring your right foot to the outside of your left hip and you start to cross your thighs so your knees almost come on top of each other. Check that your sitting bones are both still rooting down here. Sometimes it's easy to lift up and kind of kink the spine. Instead, keep both of your glutes down and breathe here. Eventually, you could inhale and lengthen and exhale and fold forwards. So whether you're in the fold or sat up somewhere, the breath is calm and deep and the spine is long. One more breath. And slowly coming out. Same thing again.
Lặp lại với bên còn lại.
Right leg roots down towards the mat. Step your left foot across. Either work here, finding length in your spine and lift, or bring your foot outside the right hip and cross the thighs. Knees eventually stack, and you might eventually fold.
Cảm nhận độ giãn ở hông ngoài và đùi sau.
Finding a little length and space. You're finding a stretch through the hamstring, but also the outside of the left hip. Really taking time to think about broadening through the collarbones, and relaxing the shoulders, and keeping that right leg long. One more breath, and slowly come out. Slide yourself off your block, come to lie all the way down. One last little thing here. We're going to take a bridge pose to finish.
Tư thế cầu, bridge pose, nằm ngửa, gập gối, hai chân đặt gần mông, đẩy hông lên cao, mở rộng phía trước cơ thể và hông.
Turn your heels out slightly so you can lift up and really think about this more about creating space in the front of the body than it being a back bend. It's more that you can lengthen through the tops of the thighs and the hips.
Thở ra từ từ hạ người xuống.
Then exhale, come down.
Thư giãn kết thúc. Duỗi dài hai chân, thở chậm và sâu để thư giãn.
Give the body a little bit of movement as you settle in to rest.
Bạn có thể nghỉ ngơi trong tư thế Savasana từ 5 đến 10 phút.
Slow breath out. You might continue to rest here in Shavasana for 5 or 10 minutes, or you might come up. So that's
Lời kết.
short video on
Video này là một chuỗi yoga ngắn rất phù hợp cho vận động viên 3 môn phối hợp giúp điều chỉnh lại cơ thể sau khi luyện tập nặng. Nếu bạn thấy hữu ích, hãy tham khảo thêm phiên bản đầy đủ Yoga Flow for Triathletes nhé. Cảm ơn bạn đã theo dõi.
Thank you.